During this presentation, I'm going to be demonstrating how to complete an ideation sketch. We're going to be doing the ideation sketch just like an engineer would, or someone who is going to invent something or create a solution to a problem. Oftentimes when we brainstorm or we're thinking of ideas, we want to put those ideas on paper in the form of a graphical model. The graphic model that we're going to use is an isometric pictorial drawing using the ideation sketching techniques. The two types of ideation sketching techniques that we'll use are the additive method and the subtractive method. Today we're going to do this using a Google app called Jamboard. To select the Jamboard app, you go up to the Google Apps up here in the upper right hand corner, and you're going to scroll down. It's kind of toward the bottom. Right there you'll see the icon Jamboard. Next, what we want to do is go down to the bottom right corner here of our graphic window and select this orange circle. And that allows us to create a new sheet. You'll notice we have two toolbars. We have one up here up above, and we have one over here on the left. Okay. Next, what we want to do is select the background toolbar. And we're going to go over here to this one. When I hover over it, it says squares. So select that, and it'll give us kind of a graph paper image. And we're going to be using this pen icon tool. So select the pen tool over here on the left toolbar. And we're going to draw the subtractive method cube over here on the left-hand side of the page. And we're going to draw the additive method over here on the right side. Whenever we do sketching, just like you would on paper, it doesn't have to be drawn perfectly with all the lines straight and at the correct angles. It's something that we try to do to get those ideas on paper as quickly as possible. We do want to try to keep it in proportion to scale, so to speak. Try to be as neat as you can, but I know it's difficult, especially in this application here. At any time when I'm going through this presentation and you're following along trying to draw yours, if you need more time, just stop the video. You may need to rewind it just a little bit. Do what you need to do so that you can do this along with me. So I'm going to move over here to about right here on my graph paper, and I'm going to draw a line up, and I'm going to use that graph line as a means to keep my lines straight if I can. I'm going to draw a line that's about 5 squares tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, what I want to do is draw a 30-degree line back. That's what we do with isometrics. It's on about a 30-degree angle here. From the bottom of this vertical line, I'll draw a line back approximately 5 squares back. And I'm going to do the same thing up above here on top of the vertical line. And when I draw this 30-degree line back, I want it to be parallel with this line down here. Remember, parallel means two lines that are about the same distance apart all the way across. Next, I'll draw a vertical line between the two. And now I've drawn the side of part of the cube. Next, I'm going to do the same thing over here and draw the front of the cube. Again, drawing a line 30 degrees, about 5 squares long, going in this direction. I'll do the same thing up above. And then I'll connect the two lines with the vertical line. Next, I'm going to draw the top of the cube. So I'm going to be drawing a line back at 30 degrees, or so that this line is parallel with this line. And then finally we'll draw a line between this line and this line or intersection over here. So we have a cube drawn, an isometric pictorial cube. Next we're going to, like I said, use the subtractive method. So we're going to draw a smaller cube inside this larger cube and subtract the smaller cube from it. So to do that, we're going to start right up here on the front of the cube, and we're going to draw a line down to the midpoint of that side of the cube. And next I'm going to draw a line from this vertical line across in this direction. Next, I'm going to draw a line back from this vertical line in this direction across the top. And we're going to draw a vertical line down to that midpoint of the other side, or about 2.5 squares down. We're going to draw a line between the two in this direction. And I'm going to draw a line from here across. And then I'm going to simply draw this last line here from this intersection to where these lines intersect. So you'll notice we've completed this using the subtractive method. We've got a smaller cube inside the larger cube. So now we're going to use our eraser tool over here on the left toolbar. And just like you'd erase a line on a whiteboard, you're just going to press your mouse button and scroll across to erase the line that you no longer need. And when you do this, kind of be careful so you don't erase lines that you want to keep. Sometimes you got to go back over the line that you erased that you didn't want to erase and kind of redraw it. And that happens when you're sketching on paper as well. So there's our cube using the subtractive method. Now we're going to draw this same exact cube using the additive method. We're going to do that over here on the right hand side of the paper. When we do that, we're going to first draw the lower part of this cube. Then we're going to draw a second cube on top of it. Hence the word or technique additive method. So now I want to go back and select my pen tool. And over here on the right side, I'm going to draw a line up about 2.5 squares vertically. And we're going to draw a line back here 30 degrees, about 5 squares long. And we're going to draw a vertical line up about 2.5 squares. We're going to connect the two. Again, make sure it's parallel. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Draw a line back about 5 squares, 30-degree angle. And I'm going to draw a second one over here on top of the vertical line, back about 5 squares, 30-degree angle. Keep it parallel. Now we're going to draw a vertical line between the two. Next, we want to draw the top of this lower part of the cube. So I'm going to draw a line back from this intersection about 5 squares at a 30-degree angle. And then we're going to finish the top by drawing a line from here to this intersection where these lines intersect. So now we've drawn the lower part of this cube. Next, what we want to do is draw the upper cube on top of it. So add to it, additive method. So next I'm going to draw a line up about 2.5 squares. I'm going to do the same thing back here, about 2.5 squares, vertical line. We're going to connect the two. I'm going to move up to about the center of this line and draw another line vertically about 2.5 squares. Same thing over here. Draw a vertical line up about 2.5 squares. We're going to draw a line between the two. And then we're going to draw a line to finish the top from this intersection to this intersection, and from this intersection to where these two lines intersect. Got one more line to draw. We're going to draw a line from here across to here. Now again, like we did with the subtractive method, we're going to use the erase tool. We're going to erase the lines we no longer need. Kind of made a little mistake down here in the bottom. I'm going to erase that, and then I'm going to move up and erase the lines I no longer need. Again, we're just pushing the mouse button and dragging the mouse across or scrolling across to erase the lines we don't need. So there's the additive method. So next what we want to do is we want to use our sticky notes, and we're going to do some labeling. So I'm going to select the sticky note over here from the left toolbar, and I'm going to select my caps lock button because I want all my letters to be capitalized. Typically in a drawing like this, a technical drawing, we want to use all capital letters. I'm going to type additive method. And save. I'm going to type in subtractive method. And save. And I'm going to type in my name. And save. And then cancel. Now, we're going to click on the additive method sticky note. We're going to drag it down below the additive method drawing that we created. We're going to select the subtractive method sticky note and drag it below the subtractive method cube that we created. And we're going to put our name right in the center at the top. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to drag out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger so I can read it. Okay, so next what we want to do is we want to print the screen. The print the screen control key is kind of toward the top or at the top of your keyboard. It says PTR SCR. Select the print screen key from your keyboard. That prints the screen. Next, what you'll want to do is go to the Canvas page where this assignment was, click the reply button, and then right click and paste this in that menu there so it can be sent to me so I can see your drawing.